Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And today, the movie I'm featuring is DC League of Super Pets. This animated action movie was actually released early in theaters and on video on demand. The poster says coming September 1st, but it actually came out the very last couple of days of July. So here we are in August in the second weekend. The movie is rated PG and it's an hour and 46 minutes long. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B minus. So hold on and let me explain why. First of all, I'll dive into a nutshell, give you an overview. Then I'll dive into details by telling you things I liked and didn't like, as well as pointing out tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny and interesting lines, and even some recommendations for other films that I think you'll also really like if you like this one. And if you like the other ones, you might like this one too. Vice versa. Okay, so in a nutshell, Crypto the super dog and Superman are inseparable best friends, sharing the same superpowers and fighting crime side by side in Metropolis. However, Crypto must master his own powers for a rescue mission when Superman is kidnapped. Dun, dun, dun. So there were plenty of things that I liked about this cute movie. First of all, the fantastic voice talents come from an incredible cast that includes Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Kate McKinnon, Vanessa Bayer, John Krasinski, Keanu Reeves, Daveed Diggs, Olivia Wilde, Ben Schwartz, Dasha Polanco, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, Jamila Jamil, Lena Headey, Keith David, and so many more. Like, that's a very impressive list. And you'll recognize most of their voices. Speaking of Vanessa Bayer, rumor has it that she would often wear Wonder Woman's cape and tiara while recording in the studio during her voiceover sessions. So I thought that was pretty cute. And speaking of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, love that guy. He actually voices Crypto the dog in this DC universe, as well as Black Adam in the live action movie that's coming out soon. So keep watching during the final rolling credits because we're going to get a little sneak peek of Black Adam and the pet that was specially designed for him for this movie. There's very cute transitions. One that caught my eye at the very beginning was this cute snoring transition. There's also a really sweet visual of Superman trying to wake up in the morning and walking his dog. Of course, they're both flying, but he's got a leash. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cute too. And wouldn't it be incredibly awesome to just fly to Paris just for a pastry like Superman and his dog do in the movie? Oh, I said doggy do. I loved the ice cream container called Criers, which is illustrated next to one of the characters who's having a pity party. And I just thought, you know, how women are known for just eating a gallon of ice cream, you know, when they're all depressed. And so this one character does that. And the brand name is Criers. Anyway, I'm spending way too much time explaining that. You know what I mean? I thought that was a cute moment. So DC comic superheroes, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Green Lantern, who's actually a woman in this movie, Batman, and The Flash are all featured in the story. The movie pays respectful homage in a few scenes to the 1978 Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. I just love that version. Love that guy. Miss him. He would have had made so many more incredible movies. The ending is actually very sweet when certain animals are paired up with certain superheroes. And I thought that that was a nice touch. It also could lead into a sequel. So comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of movie. And then finally, there's also a touching musical backstory about one of the animal characters. Overall, it's family friendly, it's sweet, it has a good heart about it. However, with all that praise, there were some things that I didn't like about the movie. First of all, you've got to have a really powerful villain in a superhero movie, right? So Lex Luthor is the villain, of course, but he's too much of a mafia spoof in this film to be taken as a serious threat. So there's this guinea pig who is his pet, sort of. Actually, he did experiments on the guinea pig, which made it lose its hair. So kind of looks like a short-haired hamster. But anyway, this guinea pig is way eviler than he is. And also his accent changes in the movie. And I don't know if that was intentional. He just seemed a little off to me and not this big menacing true threat that we would expect in a villain. Everyone has superpowers in this movie, except for maybe Lois Lane. For absolutely no reason, a character loses his power and then suddenly gets his superpowers back. And so I thought that was convenient, but also kind of lazy writing. All of a sudden, one of the characters breaks the fourth wall for no reason, something that he only does that one time. Now, breaking the fourth wall is when the character speaks directly to the audience or references the fact that the character knows he's in a movie, that kind of a thing. And I really like that technique. I get a kick out of it, but it just seemed like, wait, what? Because the movie wasn't doing that consistently. It just seemed like an odd moment that they threw in to get a laugh. And in fact, a lot of the humor doesn't land. A lot of it seems like they're just throwing stuff to see if anything will stick. And sometimes it does, but more often than not, it really doesn't. Another film critic mentioned that this movie kind of undermines the integrity of the DC universe. And I actually tend to agree. If you are big comic book fans, which I'm not, then if you're only basing what you know about superheroes from movies, then you'll be like, wait, where did all these animals and pets come from? And were we supposed to know that Superman had a pet dog? And is that going to now be in the live action movies? It just sort of seemed like they wanted to jumble up some comedy, and animals are always a good bet with superheroes, which are a good bet. And while the story is sweet, it just seemed like they were really putting pieces together as a formula rather than a really well thought out storyline. The animation style is also much less sophisticated than what we're used to seeing these days. And we have been super spoiled with animation that is just off the charts amazing. So this one seemed pretty basic to me. So let me give you some tips for parents, since this movie really is targeted toward children and much less so toward adults, comic book fans, and that kind of thing. So there is an S word and an F bomb that are bleeped out. Now, some people say that that's actually geared towards being a poke at, or jab really, at Marvel, at the MCU, which may be the case. Again, I'm looking at it just as the story itself, the movie for children, and I never appreciate that. That kind of humor seems like it's really more geared toward adults, and yet the movie sensibility seemed more toward children. Anyway, because it is a children's movie, you can expect disgusting poop, fart, and zit jokes. And every time I was like, oh, not that funny. There's lots of destruction and chaos as expected in an animation. And of course, there is animated violence with superpowers. So some of the themes that are illustrated very well are man's best friend, jealousy, believing in yourself, friendship, loyalty, teamwork, heroes, courage, and pets, of course. And so fair warning for parents, your kids are going to want a pet after they watch this movie. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines to give you a taste of the movie. And so I have them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. I won't take all the time to tell you all of the ones that I wrote down. So I'll just share a few of them with you. So there's this pig character, and she says, "This is my origin story, and I didn't even have to die." Again, referencing, or I should say, poking fun at the whole genre of superhero movies. And I appreciated that. And then Kevin Hart plays this dog whose name is Ace. And he says, "I should be a lot more dead, right?" That one kind of made me laugh out loud. And then here's another one by Jamila Jamil, voices Wonder Woman. And she uses her lasso and hooks Lulu, this one character who's voiced brilliantly by Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live. Anyway, Wonder Woman says, "I now have you in my lasso of truth." And then Lulu, this character, I don't want to give you too many spoilers, says, "You want the truth? Those boots are a bit much." That actually made me laugh too. Oh, and then another time, this Lulu character says, on the count of 3, and I'll start on 2 because I'm evil. All right. And then let me share just a few of the interesting lines. Those are the ones that really have more thought provoking messages for children and the adults who might be watching in the room or in the theater. And so one of the lines is spoken by Crypto, who's voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Love him. I keep saying that, don't I? But it's true. Anyway, he says, let's hero up. And so there's a lot of themes for kids to get courage, to hero up. And I liked that for a message and for a theme as well. And then another theme that kind of runs throughout is spoken by Kevin Hart's character, Ace the dog. And he says, when you really love someone, you got to be willing to do anything for them. That includes letting them go. And so there's that element of jealousy that Crypto, the dog, has when he sees Superman spending time with Lois Lane, and how, he wants to be Superman's best friend and spend all the time with him. All right. So before we go, let me give you recommendations for 2 movies that I instantly thought of. The first one is called The Secret Life of Pets. Now, they've actually produced 2 of those, and they're both totally adorable. The first one, probably more so. I think I liked it just because it was original and fresh when it first came out. Super cute. And then a recent one that I just did a review on last month, I think, is called The Bad Guys. It's animated and it's got bad guys, but good guys, some twists, and a really solid message. And I think adults will really enjoy that one and laugh just as much as the kids will. All right, that's it for my review. I hope if you watch this that you do enjoy it. Thank you so much for all of your support. Be sure and tell all your friends to come over. Watch all my other videos. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I really do appreciate your visiting it. So have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.